On March 25th, American moviegoers will be crowded into theaters to see Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. We at Stinker Madness believe there is a strong chance that this movie is going to stink on ice and could be a potential contender for a SMAPFA award. But back in 1998, a movie called Superman Lives was being proposed and would have been directed by Tim Burton and written by Kevin Smith. The film was shelved, never to be executed. What if this movie had been made? What follows is what we think the trailer would have sounded like for Superman Lives, starring Nic Cage as Superman, Linda Fiorentino as Lois Lane, Jack Nicholson as Lex Luthor, and Jason Lee as Brainiac, and borrowing directly from Kevin Smith's original script.
Superman, friend to Earth, or hindrance? Tonight we take a closer look at the Man of Steel. Mr. Luthor, why so much distrust of the Man of Tomorrow?
I'm no enemy of Superman, Ted. Quite the contrary. But I do question the good that Superman represents for the human race, beyond entertainment value.
An interesting position, Mr. Luthor, but one that I'm sure your opposition will refute. We welcome City Beat reporter for the Daily Planet, Lois Lane.
This proposed act is nothing more than Lex's one-man crusade against Superman. Outlawing the Man of Steel would be like removing his soul from the city.
The vehement defense you put up for him, I'd say the only thing fertile around here is someone's hope of carrying a super brat one day.
Thangarian snare beast, infancy stage, illegal in 16 systems, due to the advanced nature of their growth patterns outside their own atmosphere, added to the menagerie.
Greetings. This message, transmitted in over 100 languages, comes to you from Earth. I am Lex Luthor, owner and CEO of LexCorp, a vast and powerful conglomerate that dominates trade on this planet. To whatever life form that may receive this, I extend an invitation to our world. Non-hostile and eager to establish contact with extraterrestrial races, Earth welcomes a visit from whoever may receive this greeting. I myself call upon you to make contact, so that we may establish relations, open trade routes, and discuss any information you might have regarding a visitor to this planet of Kryptonian descent.
My days of scavenging are over. Log on to the transmission and follow it to this Earth he speaks of.
Deadshot, this city will not bow down to terrorism of any kind.
Maybe not, but I'm sure you will. Won't you, Mom?
You put my son down!
Oh shit, it's the Boy Scout.
Look at your outfit. What is this, Gotham?
Ugh.
Madam Governor.
Thank you, Superman.
That symbol on his chest is a seal of scientific office from Krypton. It's the Kryptonian! Lex Luthor of Earth, I am Brainiac. I come to discuss the Kryptonian you mentioned in your homing message.
He's my mortal enemy, the object of my ire, the... You're not a friend of his by any chance, are you?
Where I come from, we destroy that which impedes our progress. Why have you not done the same?
Kill Superman?
What is it, Superman? An earthquake?
Can't be. I checked the crystal plates last month.
Get out of here! Now!
He's incredible. What do you call it?
I call it Doomsday.
Things don't look too good for you, alien. Look at you, alone, beaten, nearly broken. Where are all the good people you've put your neck on the line so many times for? I really just called to tell you that your reign is over.
Go! Fly away! Get out of here before that thing kills you!
Is it?
Shh! You did it, Clark. You did it.
Lois.
Kat Grant here, bringing you WGBS's continuing coverage of what the president has called the world's darkest hour. Superman is dead.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me, as always, in Stinker Studio A is Sam and Jackie. How are you guys tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Sam, everything well with you?
Yeah.
Good. The movie this week is Jackie's pick. It's Vampire's Kiss, starring Nic Cage, the Cagiest of Cages, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Now, you've seen this movie, right, Jackie?
No,
Oh, you haven't? Okay, so
I
we're
picked
all...
this one based solely on the cover,
Huh.
dude.
Or just
Really?
the fact that it's got Nicolas Cage in it.
Well, yeah, that too.
You
And
have...
he has most of his hair on the cover.
Well, yeah, it's 1989, right?
89.
So he's got a full head of Nic Cage hair. It's not quite 90s Nicky, but
I can't remember where in the... It's right around Moonstruck.
yeah,
That's what we're dealing with here, Cage-wise.
sure.
Academy Award-winning Nick Cage
Yes,
is what we're dealing
indeed.
with.
More Nicholas Coppola than
Yes.
Nick Cage. So, but you haven't seen this either.
No, I have not
Okay, so
seen
we're all
this.
going in blind to Vampire's Kiss.
Yes.
But it's been on my list for quite some time, so I'm excited. I can always go for some Cage, especially scenery chewing Cage. I want scenery chewing Cage in every one of my cages.
See, and I like vampires. And Nic Cage.
Yeah. all right.
So I'm thinking I'm going to get a double whammy out of this one. I'm pretty stoked.
You might be a little disappointed, but I'm not going to tell you any further than that. Let's move on to streaming do's and don'ts this week. We've got three, all from Starz. Now, if you didn't know, Starz is now available as a streaming subscription via Amazon Prime Video. If you've got Amazon Prime, you might want to think about adding Starz on. It's only $8.99 a month, which is a bargain compared to the $15.99 a month that HBO charges.
Well, I mean, really, it's like, for $8.99 a month, you get Black Sails, and for $15.99 a month, you get the Dragon bullshit.
Sure, but
Just alternate them.
you also get Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh.
And I would say that the entertaining movies that are on Starz is so much more than HBO's like fun. I haven't seen this 1,000 times. Movies. HBO has usually like the better films as far as
Newer
quality and
releases
production.
as well.
Yeah, but most of those you see just by going down the red box. So I'm a fan of the Starz one for $8.99. I think it's a good deal. But anyways, let's move on to these Starz movies. First up is Slaughterhouse from 1984, I want to say. Right in that the peak of slashers, where it was just shit out a slasher movie and stamp a
Who directed this?
some
Somebody
gimmick
relevant
on it.
directed this.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
The pig guy in this movie was so fucking gross.
Yeah, it's
It was hard to watch him. Like, ugh.
the slaughterhouse is an actual slaughterhouse. It's not like a slumber party massacre type thing. It's a slaughterhouse where
I
people
remember
go to
that.
die.
I forgot that I watched this too.
Yeah, you did.
I was here for this.
You
It's
were.
not a relevant director. It's just an icky movie.
Yeah, it was kind of.
It
the
was
pig,
grody.
The pig guy was much. He went on to be what, Sam? A security guard or something like that?
He was at the time of we were watching the film. I believe it said that he was a security guard.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a fine
He
job.
made us all feel like, oh man, that guy's disgusting.
Yeah, icky.
But
He's the best actor.
yeah, he was. Gory, for sure. Guy gets tossed into a meat grinder. That was pretty icky. Lots of people put up on hooks, arms coming off.
Yeah, but at the same time, they didn't really show most of that. They showed some of it. They didn't they showed the guy going down like he was doing the imaginary elevator behind the couch when he was going into the grinder. They showed him on the hooks. They showed the blood go onto windows, things like that were clever and ways to not spend any money.
Right.
The ickiness was just like that guy was covered in dirt, and then like you see the pigs just covered in shit.
And he squeals. The only thing he can talk is pig talk.
Yeah.
And he's got a snotty nose most of the time, so he's always got just hangers in his whiskers, and oh god, he's just gross.
Yeah.
He was icky.
Yeah,
I liked
he
his
was.
weapon.
The like super cleaver.
It was like a cleaver axe thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a baseball bat that had a cleaver taped onto it or something. That thing was cool.
Yeah,
It was
make
cool.
a good zombie apocalypse weapon. But what do we think on this one? I don't know. I'm kind of half on
I'm
it.
on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm going to say don't.
You're going to say don't because it was just too icky for you, but
Well, I don't know. It just wasn't any better than anything else you could watch, and I just wasn't that impressed with it. I wouldn't recommend it to somebody to sit down and spend an afternoon watching it.
Okay. Well, I will recommend it to somebody who wants to spend a midnight watching it. I think
Yeah.
it's a good midnight movie pick. Super budget, and the director makes you feel the emotions that you want to feel, or that he wants you to feel. He wants you to feel icky. Like, that pig guy's gross, and he executes it well. The acting's a little wonky, but I thought it was still good enough for a fun midnight, here by myself type movie.
And I remember why I mentioned the director, because I was like, oh, the director, he didn't do anything else.
Okay.
This is one of those that I recommended to people who like Manos and other such films, that like someone who had no business making a movie makes a movie. Mm-hmm. That if you like watching those, this is just another one.
Yeah. Not great. Not anything spectacular, but I'm going to give it a do for a midnight movie. Sam, you're going to give it a do for...
I give it a do just because of its sort of odd relevance.
All right, next up, Jackie and I watched this by ourselves. It's Poltergeist 2, starring Craig T. Nelson and...
Is it the girl still in it?
It's the girl still in it. Yep, she's still around. The only one that's not in it, believe it or not, and I don't want to talk too much about this, is the older sister from Poltergeist 1, because she was murdered right after the movie came out.
Huh.
By her boyfriend.
That sucks.
Yeah, sucks pretty bad. But yeah, Craig T. Nelson's in it. The mom, the daughter, the brother, the dog.
The little psychic lady.
The little psychic lady from Teen Witch. Mm-hmm. The chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in it.
Oh, is he?
And some old guy that.
Oh,
was in a
that
bunch of
guy.
stuff.
I remember when I saw this as a kid, that guy freaked me out, and I hated old people for a while.
Yeah, no, he's a creepy old guy.
Yeah, because that is the epitome of a creepy old dude.
Yeah, he plays like a Bible thumper, like
From the wagon days.
yeah.
The wagon days.
The Oregon Trail type days, right, where they came out here for religious.
Frontiersman.
What's that? Damnation and Hellfire. What's that movement called? You know,
Revival?
No. It was you were burned for your sins. You know, you go to church and you get yelled at, basically.
Yeah.
That type of guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Doomsday guy.
Yeah,
Because he also
kinda,
said that
but
the end of the world was going to come.
It's
Revelations.
It's an actual movement, but
The fundamentalists.
fire and brimstone type dude. But anyways, Poltergeist 2, really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Wow, it was stupid.
I can't remember what the difference between 2 and 3 was.
Well, I can't tell you because I haven't seen 3 yet, but I can tell you the difference between 1 and 2 is this one starred the chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's the only difference. These people
They go back into the TV again?
are just like, why are these spooky ghosts just following them around? Why these people? What did they do?
Well, they kind of explain that.
Not really.
The daughter, they are a family of psychic mediums. Like the grandma's got it,
bullshit.
the mom's got it, and so does the little girl. So they're after the little girl to
The
make
Shining?
connection.
Yeah, The Shining with Craig T. Nelson. He is awful in this film.
Well, it's not that he's any good in Coach.
No, but like he's hammy and corny and like just shits out the dad jokes left and right. And at some point you're supposed to get scared, I think, but he's just playing coach throughout the whole goddamn movie.
Well, I think the thing is that Craig T. Nelson just has one shtick.
He's different in Action Jackson.
Oh, yeah, he is different in Action Jackson.
He's not Coach in Action Jackson, so he can do something different, but he was pretty much just Coach in this movie while his family was getting spookied. I don't know.
I will say that the ending was like, oh, okay, oh, well, that just happened. Okay, that kind of made it worth watching. It's just... That's right. Wrap it up, people.
It's a really, really stupid ending that goes nowhere. But I'm going to give it a 2.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these types of movies, but I think many people have seen this movie, and it's just so stupid that I think it would be a good go back and rewatch and be like, wow, this is really dumb.
I remember my feelings, and I haven't seen any of them in a long time, that 1 was meh, 2 was really stupid, and 3 was one over again. Mm-hmm. I will refrain from a recommendation because I haven't seen it in like 10 years, though. So
Poltergeist 3 is on Star, so you might be getting a follow-up with that here pretty soon.
Well, all right, we'll see.
I'm going to give it a do.
Okay.
I thought the old man was creepy as all hell. And, it wasn't a very good storyline or anything, but I don't know. It just had enough of the pizzazz to keep me interested.
Spooky pizzazz.
Spooky pizzazz. I was in.
Spooky Kosar Razzmatazz.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. Bright lights.
Also, last but not least on stars is I don't know how you say this. We did the sequel to this film. What would you call it? You can't call it the original because the sequel's not a remake. It's just the first one.
Yeah.
I guess, there needs to be a better word for that. But this is Horror High. The last time we visited it was Return to Horror High that had George Clooney in it, briefly, and we gave it Do Nots. Horror High, though, was quite a different movie, considerably different. This is a nerdy guy gets picked on in high school and is forced to drink Dr. Jekyll fluid. It's basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde into a teenage horror slasher movie from 1974.
So it's like Maniac meets Flubber.
No, not
Okay.
Goofy by any means. This is not a camp, goofy, silly movie at all. This is a straight up, that kid is going to kill everyone.
That's
movie.
not really what I meant. Like, just the science in high school was the Flubber part.
Oh, I see.
The Maniac was the stabbing people in slow motion part.
Oh, yeah, not so much slow motion. It's very covert killing type thing. You can't really tell what's going on.
Like jungle shit with Rambo?
No.
It's just like, you can imagine this, can't you?
Yeah, you can imagine what's happening. You just don't see it.
We didn't have enough money for the actual
Do
special
they have,
effects.
like, people talking about it? Like, did you see that,
No, not my
Tommy?
arm, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, like, afterwards, like, can you believe what you saw in there? I'll tell you what you saw. You saw an arm on a desk. You saw a leg over on another like,
His head's over there,
Yeah.
and there's bits of him over here, and
tapioca pudding coming out of his butt.
yep.
Yep.
Let's
Pretty
go
much.
get some sandwiches, Steve.
There was a nice shot of a guy in the acid that got pretty goopy. Yeah. I liked it. I really liked Horror High. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was dumb. I'm going to give it a do not.
Why did you think it was dumb?
I don't know. It's just the lack of special effects. The kid just, I don't know. It just wasn't a very good story to me.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde isn't a very good story to you. One of the most beloved tales and retold stories of all time isn't good enough for you.
Yeah, but this is just, to me, I know that it was supposed to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I know it's not Herman Melville or anything,
But it reminded
jeez.
me of a teenager with bipolar disorder.
Herman Melville.
Moby Dick.
I know, but there's like 300 pages that just discuss whaling finances.
She's fucking highbrowing us here. She doesn't like Dr. Jekyll versus Mr. Hyde. It's not a very good story.
I don't like the original Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
All right. Well, I thought it was excellent. 1974, before slashers even really existed. So I think that this was a groundbreaking film in the genre. I give it a total do. Go watch Horror High right now. That's your streaming do's and don'ts. Jackie, what have you got for your movie this week, Vampire's Kiss?
Okay, so my superpower this week.
Okay, the great superpower debate.
I think you guys are going to like this one.
Okay.
So you can touch somebody, but you have to be touching their skin and gold if they're wearing gold only.
Okay.
Okay, so like if you went in for a handshake.
They have to be wearing gold.
Yeah, so that you have to have.
Skin and gold contact to your skin.
Right, skin and gold contact to your skin.
And if they don't have gold on their
you
hand,
can't do anything.
You can't shake their hand.
Well,
No, you don't get the power activation.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get the
Okay,
power
sorry.
activation. Man, pay attention.
Well, no, you made it sound like you couldn't shake their hand.
I'm following along.
All right. Fine.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you got to have this gold skin contact, right?
Okay.
Sure.
And you get the image in your head of when the next time they're going to be in the bathroom is.
Oh, brother.
damn it.
This is the same fucking power
No,
every
it's
time
not.
with you.
Because last time it was pooping
telepathy.
clairvoyance.
Yeah.
Now it's clairvoyance of pooping. It's just backwards.
It's backwards.
Why would you want to know when somebody's going to go to the bathroom? then?
Maybe you want to scare them.
Or
Maybe
be
you
the
want-
guy that hides in the outhouse.
Or maybe
Hey.
you want to steal all the toilet paper before they have a chance to go in.
What?
Just do a
oh,
dick
how
move.
nefarious. 0.
This is a great
Boo.
superpower. You'd be like,
Boo,
oh, I see
indeed.
it. 10:20, you're going to be going to the bathroom. I'm going to go in there and steal all the toilet paper.
Okay, for the purposes of the segment, I'm going to try to think of something useful this power can do. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what? I was going to say if you're at a movie or you do something for a long time, you shake the person's hand. They're looking at you weird, but they're like, now I know whether I need to go to the bathroom before he goes in there. But at the same time, you just go to the bathroom.
You just go to the bathroom.
You just go to the bathroom.
Right.
Or you can delay people because you know that they've got the raging trots and they got to go in like 30 seconds or it's going to be a mass explosion. So you just keep holding on to their hand and talking to them.
You can do that anyways. Everybody has to poop, Jackie. Like, everybody has to poop. It's not like, man, this guy probably doesn't have to poop. No, he has to poop. Everybody has to poop. So you could just shake their hands and keep being an asshole anyways. You could go into the bathroom now and take all the toilet paper out of there. Somebody's eventually going to go in there and go to poop, and there's not going to be any toilet paper. You don't need a superpower to do any of these stupid things that you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a good superpower.
What does the gold have to do with anything?
Because, everybody wears a ring or something.
Oh, so you can only...
You only do it to
you can
married
only
people.
tell people of good social standing whether or not they're going to poop or not.
You could have had the same effect with just by like skin contact. You just know when they're gonna poop next.
Yeah, but
and
gold,
it still would have been stupid.
You had me on something like, oh, there's gold involved. Riches. Nope. It's just poop again.
Okay, so to break the rules, like if you're a bad guy and you're like an assassin or something, and so you want to kill guys when they're by themselves and at their most vulnerable point, you could be like, he's gonna be shitting at 10:20. All I gotta do is fire a shot through the bathroom window at 10:20. I know it's gonna hit him. You could probably kill him other ways without him being on the pooper.
Yeah.
So
Pooper would be better, though.
You got one last chance to argue something beneficial to the person that holds this power. Otherwise, this one's getting a 1.
So if you got...
Well, you could be a fake psychic then.
You have to poop.
You could be like, I see that... I'm like, oh, you doubt my psychic abilities. Well, I'll tell you what.
You have to go poop.
At 10:20, you're going to be pooping. And they're like, yeah. And then they go poop at 10:20, right? And they look down at their watch like, oh, holy shit. And they run back to you and they be like, what else can you tell me? And then you just start making shit up.
Here's what would happen if I did that. I would, 10:20. Oh, she was right. And then I would just go about my fucking day. Doesn't matter. I would pick up a magazine and just continue to pooping, and I would never think about it ever again. I might not even think about it the first time. Let's see if that psychic was right.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kaboom! Oh my God! Where's the magazine? I just don't care. 1.
Come on, Sam. Give me a 2.
A 1.
Screw you both. This
this
great
thing sucks.
That was the worst.
This is worse than death by super hearing, because I would rather be dead than know when everybody I know is going to poop. Like, I would go insane from being like, you're going to poop at 10:20.
It'd be like that Christopher Walken movie. You shake somebody's hand.
Yeah.
You give them a weird look.
You would have no friends. None. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to poop
o'clock.
Eventually. Great. That's fan-fucking-tastic. Thanks for the heads up. No, this thing sucks.
It would be funny if, like, also it caused, like, pain, like in the psychic movies where so it's like, oh, and they go to, like, one knee, and they're like, are you okay? And then you just look up, I can see your poop.
It's all dramatic. It'd be awesome.
They would put you in the fucking nut house.
Oh, yeah.
This thing sucks. Sam, tell us about Vampire's Kiss.
Sam, do you want to shake my hand, though, before you start your segment?
I don't. I'm not wearing any gold, so you'll never know. The poster makes me think this little failure was trying to capitalize on the popularity of the 1985 Jim Carrey film Once Bitten. This film, of course, being made in 1989, 4 years later. Mm-hmm. Oddly, Once Bitten has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 18%, while Vampire's Kiss has a soaring 59%.
That's not bad.
Once Bitten, however, made $10 million against a $3.2 million budget, while the latter made $750,000 against a $2 million budget. Mm-hmm. I liked Once Bitten. I have no idea how it is so low on the tomato meter. I also haven't seen it since I was 11. 11-year-old Sam thought it was funny and sexy.
Funny and sexy. Ooh.
Yeah, 11-year-old Sam also thought the Sears catalog was funny and sexy.
Hey, that's good shit, man.
It is.
Sears catalog has got a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Show me the bra section again.
Oh. The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. A career maker, this was not. Director Robert Bierman would go on to direct various television shows, none that I have heard of. Writer Joseph Minion, who previously wrote the Scorsese classic After Hours, would experience very sparse work following this film. Nic Cage is reportedly at his cagiest in this film. I just watched the first 20 minutes of National Treasure the other day, so we'll see.
You haven't seen Outcast.
First, we need to watch National Treasure.
You need to
He's
see
so
Outcast.
cagey. National Treasure's really dumb.
Yeah, I know. You keep talking about
All
it.
right.
Save it for the episode.
To fill out the character, who is a literary agent, Cage would use an imaginary, intelligent-sounding accent that fades in and out depending on the situation. He would then go to an even greater length for the film. He would eat a live cockroach, possibly 3 times in different takes.
Dang.
In regard to this feat, Cage would comment, "Every muscle in my body didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway."
That was straight up Keanu Reeves.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is not going to eat the cockroach. He'll shoot you in the face.
Do you think he pooped out little antennas when he was done?
He did poop out the antennas, yes.
The antennas are not... Do you know something about... Do you have a superpower about digestion? You can see things and tell readily whether or not they'll be digestible?
Dude, that corn is going to show up in your poop later.
She's this many.
Maria Conchita Alonso looked as if she was on to great things after The Running Man. I can't say this is what derailed her career, but she does eventually end up in Patrick Muldoon movies during the whoa hair phase.
Ooh.
This is 6 years after Flashdance, so Jennifer Beals is already on her way out. Now, Elizabeth Ashley makes an appearance in this film, and she, my friends, is notable for being on the Time Machine hit list.
Dun, dun, dun. Another one. Who is this? Who did you say?
You'd have to look her up.
Okay.
She's in, you ever seen Dragnet, the remake with
Tom Hanks and Dan
Dan
Aykroyd?
Aykroyd?
Yeah, sure.
So there's the Reverend,
Uh-huh.
the lady that's with him.
Okay.
She's an aged Elizabeth Ashley.
All right.
Yeah. Christopher Plummer, of course, being that Reverend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Dragnet's a fun movie.
It is.
Yeah. Well, those of you out there may be thinking Maria Conchita Alonso hid stuff in her orifices during The Running Man. That's hot, right?
Gesundheit.
Or Jennifer Beals was in Flashdance. What could be hotter? Well, those of you out there may not have as discriminating tastes as me. I have no interests in permed-up schwazi vagina hiders.
Mm-hmm.
Nor do I care for mostly doubled dancing ironworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Show me a picture of a young Elizabeth Ashley and my boner will conduct an orchestra.
Not really.
It'll try.
It just plays the tuba.
Keep an eye out for members of Hollywood royalty, Amy Stiller, and Nicolas Cage's older brother, Mark Coppola.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen Mark Coppola in a few things.
He was actually in the year previous to this another Dracula's Bride or something like that.
Oh, yeah, we watched Dracula's Bride, didn't we?
Something like that.
It was with the French bird from the Emmanuel
Dracula's
movies.
Widow or some. It was some.
We wa-
BS.
that was a
we
streaming
watched
do's
that.
and don'ts.
It would, yeah,
Yep.
and he sucked in it.
Yeah, they all sucked, and we gave it all a do because it was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, the movie is all. Speaking of stars, it's on Stars, so be sure to sign up for that. I have not seen this streaming anywhere else.
Yeah, this is
Ever.
interesting because I think this is one of those like people think it's good. Yeah,
Do they?
I think. Well, I think we're in between that. Is it Splash or is it I Know Who Killed Me?
Okay, so here's the deal. It's got a 33 Metacritic score.
That's not good.
This thing was lambasted by the critics.
Yes.
I believe that after everybody came to know what Cagiest Cage was, everybody went back and was like, holy shit, that movie's awesome because he's so goddamn cagey. I think in 1989, the movie-going audience was like, what the fuck is that man doing on screen?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Some-
I'm reserving judgment until I see it.
Exactly, but and then also some of the what I read was that people didn't get Joseph Minion's script at the time, which is a lot what they there was a lot of people that were like, oh, I Know Who Killed Me. This is actually really good. No, it's
No,
not.
yeah.
So who knows?
Who knows?
It's got Cage.
To be determined. So check it out on Stars. Come back to us on Monday and get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it and we'll come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you.
What is this, Gotham?
I knew this was going to be hard when you're doing Nic Cage's Superman. It's too silly. I don't know how you're going to tone it down, but you got to take this.
I'm going to do it one more time, full on Cage. Look at your outfit. What is this, Gotham? All right.